Alright, welcome. Welcome to the Sarra and Erin show. We are live here. I mean, we're live, but you're not. You're live watching us right now, but it's not when we recorded it. Anyway, so tonight's theme. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Is perfect in weakness.
Wait, how can you be perfect if you're weak? I don't get it. I went on BA, but I still don't get it.
Wait, BA number
9.
BA number 9. Yeah. That was the theme for BA 9, and we're just gonna.
Just don't get it.
That's the theme for the talk show this evening.
Maybe I'll get it.
Maybe we'll get it after the talk show is over. But see, some people get a little confused because they're like, perfect is not when you're weak, and you can't be weak and perfect. And so we look to the Bible.
Holy Bible.
That's what we do.
Yes, the Holy Bible.
Holy Bible.
Yes. So we're looking in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. Basically verses 8 through 10. It's good stuff. Listen carefully. 3 times I begged the Lord about this, that it should leave me. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. I will all the more gladly boast of my weaknesses, that the power of God, or the power of Christ, may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong." Okay.
Thanks, Erin. That was great.
Yes, it's from the Holy Bible.
Right.
Holy Bible.
I don't know what that's all about. But
we have some guests here today.
We have some guest speakers.
To talk about our theme.
Themey weemy. Themey weemy.
Who do we have today? We have Miss Greenface.
And
who's our next guest?
Limbless Lacey.
Limbless Lacey. And lastly, so honored to have her.
It's a him.
Whatever, him.
The Cowardly Lion.
Beautiful. Alright, well we have to go have a word from our sponsors.
But we'll hear back from our beautiful guests.
Who are perfect
in weakness.
Imagine that.
When we return.
So, Erin, do you ever just sit at home and you're like, I don't have anything to do for like 2 hours. What am I going to do? I have all these movies. What am I going to do?
Yes.
And do you ever think that could be perfect, but it's kind of weak?
Yes, I do. I do all the time.
Boy, do we have the collection for you.
We have it. We have it now.
Right here. We'll start off our collection with, he's just not that into you. Well, too bad, because God is. Your turn.
Oh. Spend too much time on your cellular device?
Yes.
Well, God is calling you all the time.
Every day.
You should answer the call and go to the Focus Conference 2011.
Oh.
Hint, hint.
So these kids are after the perfect score. Too bad they're not after the perfect love, which God supplies for us every day.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid? We're all wimpy kids, but God loves us anyway.
So these mean girls, do you ever have mean girls in your life? They just nag and nag and nag. Pray for them because they are perfect in weakness.
People don't believe you're an elf. Well, they didn't believe him either.
Mine's my favorite.
Yes, and your dad loves you. His name is Jesus and God and the Holy Spirit, all 3 in one. And he loves you and he'll never reject you.
Do you ever feel wanted? That's the Lord.
Do you ever feel lost? You can find yourself in God.
Thank you, Erin. We're coming down to the end of our collection, which is great because we're running out of time. Angels in the outfield. Enough said.
They're out there. Oh. So step up to the challenge and ask God to help you in your weaknesses, and you can rely on Him.
Darren's dance groups, because dancing is fun. Never been kissed? Me either.
Just my luck. Well, folks.
We're running out of time, but phone lines are still open. You can call in the name of the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit any time of the day to get this collection.
And it's a free dial. No long distance. It's just like that. It's just like that. And He's there all the time for you. Rely on Him and your weaknesses. That's what He wants. And it could happen to you.
Just like it happened to Nicolas Cage and Bridget Fonda.
It could happen to you.
That's it.
I'm Carrie Devlin, and I approve of this message.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hope you enjoyed that little clip from our sponsors. Sponsor,
Yes.
singular, Carrie Devlin.
Yes.
Running for nothing. Actually playing a statue this weekend in a little musical number.
Miranda's Nightmare.
Yes, statue. I know you're like, wow, good job, Carrie. You can stand there. No, she has a really cool dance. You all should go.
Yes. And now that we're back,
We are back.
we have
And we're
three
so perfect in our weekend.
just amazing guests. Amazing. We are so lucky to have them here on our show tonight.
I have to agree with you.
And so we're going to go ahead and invite our first
You
guest.
sound Canadian.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
No, I'm not, but it sounds like I am, which is cool. So, anyway,
Guess number one.
guest number one.
Miss Greenface is her name.
Miss Greenface, will you please come to the stage?
Oh, there she is.
There
Hi.
she is.
My name is Mrs. Greenface, and my weakness is every time I get wet with water, I disappear.
How do you feel growing up with this weakness?
I feel really sad, but then I know every time that I reappear, I only reappear by the grace of God, and I am made perfect in my strongest weakness.
That is so beautiful.
And you rely on His grace and He makes you strong, right?
This is so true. Like without him, I would be nothing.
Exactly. You would literally be nothing. And you are more. You were made for more.
Because
Yeah.
I am Mrs. Greenface.
And thank you so much. We appreciate you coming,
Thank you
flying
for
all the
being
way
here on your
from
broom.
the east, or the west, I mean. Sorry, I'm sorry. But yes, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Have a good night.
Our next guest comes all the way from the forest of
From the forest of Oz.
Oz, not love.
Love. and Oz.
Welcome.
Welcome to
Cowardly Lion.
the coward. This is the Cowardly Lion.
We're welcoming the Cowardly Lion.
Welcome. Thank you for coming here tonight. Now, what have you been struggling with for your life? What is your weakness?
I have no courage.
Oh, such a shame.
And how do you cope with that? Who do you go to when you're feeling extremely not courageous?
God.
Exactly. And
Couldn't have said it better myself.
He will love you no matter what.
Cowardly Lion is a little gaseous.
Well, thank you so much, and I really am just excited because you are a fellow redhead of mine. Yes.
It's like a connection. Again, perfect in their weakness.
Perfect in your weakness. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cowardly Lion.
Last guest, so excited to have her. I mean, this woman's journey has just been so wonderful
it's
and
been
so
amazing.
beautiful. So, can we please welcome
Truly triumphant.
Limbless Lisa.
Lacey.
Lacey.
Hi. I'm Lacey.
Littlest Lacey.
And I climbed to the top of Mount Everest, limbless.
That
And
What a feat. How,
Yeah.
how beautiful.
yes, and I've only made it to the top of Mount Everest by the grace and God's grace alone. And my hair is wow.
That oxygen or lack thereof will do that to you.
Yes. It sounds like
Wear a hat
without
next
God
time.
you wouldn't have been able to do anything, right? You wouldn't have any grace to do any of what
Your
you've been
head,
able to accomplish.
Do you need some help?
No, hold on. I need to go off stage real quick.
Well, while she's gone, oh, she's back. That's good.
I'm back. My head is fixed.
Okay, that's good. So Lacey, what is Lacey? Lacey.
Lacey, limbless Lacey.
What is one verse that has just gotten you through anything?
2 Corinthians 12:9.
Man, imagine that. You know.
Because I am made perfect in my weakness. Do you
That
guys
you
see?
are.
I have
Thank
no hand.
you so much, Lacey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah and Erin. It was a pleasure to share my story.
Thank you so much for
was
coming.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
for the show.
Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
evening.
Excellent. Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and have a weather update now.
Yep, we are.
Next is the weather update, and what's the weather like tonight, Sarah?
Well, the weather seems to be sunny with some colorful skies. Over here at the other cottage, it's a little overcast, as you can see. Over at the bay area, the same sort of as the cottage area. It's a little overcast with the skies, but still boating season, so get on out there. The seagulls are waiting for you. But be careful though, because as you leave the bay, make sure you don't run into any pirates, because they're out and about. I mean, the tide is in as well. I don't know why I'm telling any of you this, because we live in Colorado, but just in case you have any friends, you might want to warn them. Probably not the safest weather or seas to be sailing in such a rickety canoe. So, also, Erin has our local weather.
Here in the cottage, we have light, and sometimes it gets darker, but sometimes it's light, but mostly light right now. Yeah, so that's the, we have some pumpkin bread in the oven, and that is the update on the weather in the cottage. Thank you.
And back to our show.
Back to our show.
Just a
One
few
little
more
thing,
closing
we were reading,
during the break.
during the break, and from the Ignatius Catholic Study Bible, the New Testament.
Everyone should get one. What an investment.
In your Focus Bible studies, we are going over, freshmen are going over Corinthians,
Yep.
which is just perfect.
Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
And the elderly ones are going over the Acts of the Apostles.
Acts of the Apostles.
So we just wanted to see, we have these little blurbies in the bottom, and it just really focuses on 2 Corinthians 12:9. It says, "My grace is sufficient." Paul's petition for relief was denied, indicating that his suffering was serving a higher purpose in the plan of God. Grace was given him to endure these trials and make him rely upon the Lord. His experience shows that God gives us what we need and not always what we want. So our guests here tonight were given what they need, but not always what they wanted, and
Which is why Lacey doesn't have limbs or hair.
but God, she was able to get closer to God through her weaknesses.
So I think you just have a closing remark that you jotted down over the break.
Yes. If our guests are perfect in weakness, so are you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
It has.
And if you have any questions, we can, you might see us around. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. We're also planning in a football game tonight, right after Encounter. You should be there.
And so thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Bye-bye now.